Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President and Chief Operating Officer, Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Wow, what a crowd. Good morning, good morning. It's interesting, our TVs up front don't seem to be on. When? They were on earlier. Someone out here kicked the plug. Packer, it was you. So, welcome, and thank you for joining us this morning. This is going to be a big day for Nintendo. We really do believe it's going to be a big day for each and every one of you as well. And that's because you'll get to experience today not just a new technology, a new device, but the opening of a vast new world in 3D entertainment. Some of the game names may be familiar to you, but the experience truly is a game changer. What you'll be holding in your hands in just a little while is a truly unique experience. It doesn't exist anywhere else. It's a category of one. And because it's entertainment that doesn't just request your attention, it actually pulls you in. So let me begin by trying to put the Nintendo 3DS in proper perspective. Many believe the so-called modern era of video games was born in the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles during E3 week of 1996. And that's when Westerners got their first glimpse of true 3D rendered graphics with Super Mario 64. Not only could players move Mario left and right, and forward and back, but they could also shift the viewpoint of the camera at the same time. Stage 2 came with the arrival of the original Nintendo DS system, when the same kinds of games could be carried in your pocket and played by touch and even voice. Then in 2006, many of you were on hand to see the page turn yet again with the debut of the Wii remote controller. Not only were the game characters moving, but now the game players were as well. And that brings us to today, and the next big step in the modern era of video games, Nintendo 3DS. What you'll recognize is that this is a different kind of 3D. Something that you haven't experienced before, not in theaters, not on trade shows. And the most obvious change, of course, is no glasses. Nothing comes between you and your gaming passion. But as we'll discuss in a little while, the experience is customizable. You adjust the 3D to meet your needs. One size doesn't have to fit all. But since this adjustment is so simple and the reward so immediate, it couldn't be easier to use. So right off the bat, it's mass market ready. Now, there are three immediate payoffs to 3D. And the first, obviously, is games. But while Nintendo is recognized by so many as first a video game company, we've always seen ourselves as part of a much larger entertainment industry. And so while the Nintendo 3DS video games will be eye-popping all by themselves, the system also offers more than enough, even for people who've never played a video game before. And that's because second, it can also deliver 3D video playback capability. And third, Nintendo 3DS also provides immediate 3D photography and 3D display of those pictures. So as an example, maybe some of you are lucky enough to have a youngster at home. So of course, you're taking lots of pictures. But wouldn't it be great to have a realistic 3D picture of your child and to play it back on the same device for years to come? There's one more thing that Nintendo 3DS delivers right out of the box. Nintendo 3DS is simply a different animal. It's inherently social. It's connected and will drive connected experiences like no Nintendo device before. It's not just diversion, it's immersion. It will pull you in. So today, we'll be announcing price, launch date, titles in the launch window, and other important news. But by our estimate, less than half of you here today have ever seen a Nintendo 3DS in person, much less work the controllers. So before the curtains part, we want to take you on a quick guided tour of the system.
This is Nintendo 3DS. As you get acquainted, you'll notice that some things are very familiar and that some are new not only for Nintendo, but for any existing portable entertainment. Here in America, Nintendo 3DS will be available at launch in two colors, Aqua Blue and Cosmo Black. The most obvious elements are the two screens, very similar in positioning to the DSi, with the touch screen on the bottom and the 3D display on top. The touchscreen operates the same way it does for the current DS line, but Nintendo 3DS features a telescoping stylus. That top screen is about 10% larger than the one on your DSi, and even in 2D mode, it displays visuals like no portable before. Picture quality you could only enjoy on a home console until recently now travels with you wherever you go. But 3D, of course, takes it to an entirely new level. When those 3D images first appear, it's unique, and the impression doesn't go away. With Nintendo 3DS, there's backwards compatibility. The game card slot on the back will accept not only your Nintendo 3DS games, but also your Nintendo DS games, including DSi download game compatibility. And there's also an SD memory card slot. A 2 gig card comes with the system, and of course, you can choose to upgrade from there. The basic controls will be familiar: A, B, X, and Y on the right, as well as the left and right buttons. On the opposing side, you'll also recognize the plus control pad. As you can see, to this point, there's no learning curve required to put Nintendo 3DS through its game paces. It works just like your current DS. But a new addition does come into play, and it's an important one: that analog circle pad just above the plus pad. From a gameplay standpoint, it opens up new worlds. It can be employed by designers for precise movement of characters, or the camera, or other innovations. Meanwhile, inside, two other elements are at work: a built-in accelerometer and gyroscope react to the motion and tilt of the system. So whether players are twisting their systems side to side or moving them up and down, their motion-compatible Nintendo 3DS games respond instantly. The system is packaged with its own charging cradle, allowing the Nintendo 3DS to remain in sleep mode indefinitely. Next, here are 3 little things that mean a lot. Right in the center, on the bottom, is a new home button. For Nintendo 3DS games, pressing it, even in the middle of gameplay, will pause all action and take you to the home menu at the top. There, you'll be able to quickly switch to other applications or features while your game waits. you can just as easily switch back without losing a thing. On the upper right of the hardware, there's a notification light that signals new levels of automatic connectivity. It illuminates in 4 different ways to let you know what's been communicated. Street Pass is our name for enhanced automatic local area connection between Nintendo 3DS devices, even when they're in sleep mode. And unlike the tag mode used with some previous DS titles, data is now exchanged hardware to hardware, regardless of what game is inserted. Let me finish with the features that truly flip the page. 3D is a wonderful experience, but it doesn't work the same way for everyone. We've answered this issue with the 3D depth slider, located just right of the screen. If you want, you can even turn off the 3D altogether, and what remains is a bright, crisp 2D display. But the depth slider works to adjust 3D to any degree you like. Control is entirely customizable, and of course, it never requires you to put on a pair of those fashionable 3D glasses. This 3D is natural and fully flexible. Now, let's look at the 3 cameras. The first is inward-facing, situated just above the screen. This allows you to photograph your own image and even insert it into some games. On the outside are 2 outward-facing cameras to allow for 3D photography. While these 2 cameras let developers explore new forms of game design, they're also important in their own right. 3D photography and display is a compelling feature for every potential purchaser, whether they consider themselves gamers yet or not. Nintendo 3DS, it's a game changer.